Hello everyone, welcome back to Man City Unplugged, and I hope you all are doing well. And there are a lot of things to discuss today. What we'll do first is we'll go into the transfer of Ferran Torres. Reports are coming that almost the transfer is done, as all of you guys might have heard. Tixiki Bagaristan is specifically working on this deal, so Man City wanted this deal to be done no matter what happened. So this deal was almost a certainty. So I think personal terms were agreed long ago, and the club were just asking Valencia for the fee. Both the club and Valencia are discussing about a suitable fee, and I think this is one transfer which will surely be done. Uh, f- Ferran Torres might not be a player who would come into the first team players earlier, like Joao Cancelo, one of the top players in Juventus, first names on the team sheet, and the first year he was almost learning how to play in the Guardiola system. Same thing with Bernardo Silva, everyone. So I think people generally say that to get in to understand how a Guardiola system works, that sense of positional play and all, it takes at least an year or so. So Ferran Torres is a really good prospect. His dribbling is very good. If you would see some of his videos and all, or the way he played in a few of his past matches. But I think one of the things which he has to improve on is retaining the ball, which is a very strong point of Guardiola's team. Guardiola doesn't tolerate if you lose the ball very easily. And also the defensive work rate. I think Ferran Torres doesn't have such an impressive defensive work rate. That is one side which he really has to work his backside off and learn, because Guardiola will not hesitate one bit to just check you out and check you out of your team into the cleaners if you don't run back for the ball, if you don't help out your fullback. You might be a superstar, but you still have to go back and help your fullback. That is what Guardiola always expects from you. So I think Ferran Torres needs to learn a bit, and is very young, so he'll learn. But I think he's an ideal replacement for Leroy Sané, and I think he has a better finishing than when Leroy Sané started out at City maybe 2 3 years ago at that age. So I think he's a really good prospect. Has to see how it works out. Fingers crossed. I hope he really settles well into the team. And also for a young player, he might be really skilled and talented, but it's a new country. He needs time to adapt. Even for an experienced player, it becomes a big task. Time to adapt, move into a foreign country, and also I think we need, as a fan base, we need to give Ferran Torres time. We need to give him time to settle down. We need to accept that he'll make mistakes. His errors might cost us that ruthlessness in front of goal. It might even cost us matches if we are not that good defensively. So we have to accept that and support him as a fan base. I think it's really important. The backing of the fans is really important for a young player like him. And now moving on, the biggest question is defensively, who will City sign? As you might have seen previously, there are many articles coming that City is after Khalidou Koulibaly. City have bid somewhere in around 60 65 million pounds, and they are 5 million pounds off Napoli's valuation. The clubs are not agreeing. But do you think we need to go all out for Koulibaly? Just mention it out in the live comments. It would be very nice to interact with you all as I'm doing this show. So just get down in the comments and let me know. Like, would you do you think Koulibaly is the best option for City, or are there any other defenders which City can go as well? Because one thing why I think Koulibaly is important to City is essentially signing Koulibaly sends out a message. It sends out a message to Liverpool. It sends out a message to the entire Europe that yes, we are back. We are ruthlessly chasing the titles. We don't accept a season uh, without a Premier League. We always want to chase trophies. We always want to be ruthless. It's bringing that player in. You sends out a powerful message that we are there. We are pairing the two best central defensive partnerships. The two best players in a central defensive partnership. We want to see how we cannot win things with this pair. That's the message. And also Koulibaly and Laporte both have good pace, both are fast, both are strong in the air. I mean, they take everything. Because Laporte is, I think after Van Dijk, is the best defender in the Premier League, and in the Europe he'll definitely be in the top five. And Koulibaly is definitely in the top five centre backs in Europe. So it would be a powerful message, but at what cost do we want to send that powerful message? The cost of our future? Because Koulibaly is 29. So I think Koulibaly at the most, with the pace and power, the physicality of the Premier League, he'll be able to give us what, 3 years, 4 years at the most. But I think 3 years is a fair expectation from him because he's fairly injury free at Napoli. So, but after that, again, you have to look back to sign another other centre back. So would you? This would be a great message. Signing Koulibaly could be a great intention from City, but at what cost do you want to do it? I think Diego Carlos is another defender which City is looking at. I think he plays for Sevilla. Yes, he plays for Sevilla, and he is a really good prospect, very good in the air. I think he's a perfect Vincent Kompany replacement. Many reports have also said that you've seen, but I think seeing him play, uh, you get a feel that he's really strong, has great physicality, has that leadership mentality, which we have not yet replaced when Vincent Kompany has gone. So he ticks many boxes and is just 26 or 27. So he'll give you 5 6 years easily. So I think that, and it would he would also help in grooming young prospects like Eric Garcia and Taylor Harwood Bellis. I think Diego Carlos for me would be an even perfect signing. It would not only be a signing of intention, but it would also be a signing looking for the future. Yes, he would not be as much of finished article as Koulibaly. He would maybe take 1 or 2 years to get there, but then he's he gives you that longevity, and along with Laporte, I think they'll complement each other well because both have really good skills. And yeah, Diego Carlos' positional game has to improve, but I think yes, Pep Guardiola will make sure that it improves. Otherwise, uh, Diego Carlos will not play in the team. And who will we sign for the next centre back position? I think the top two for, I mean, Laporte is the number one, number two, Koulibaly or Diego Carlos. We have discussed about it uh, now. But then who will be the third centre back? Nathan Ake is being discussed. Uh, Nathan Ake for me would be a wonderful signing. It would be like solving two problems with one. That is because Nathan Ake has fantastic speed. He's not that good in the air, but then he has fantastic speed. He covers the ground very well. He's really good at the tackle. His ball playing capacity is exceptional. It's very good. I would say he crosses well. I think he would be a perfect left back as well. So when City bring in Ake, he would not only be a third centre back, but then he would be a replacement to maybe Mendy or provide some competition for Mendy, because Zinchenko, he has been really good playing an inverted midfielder. I mean, sorry, playing in an inverted fullback position, cutting in instead of bombing up and delivering crosses. But then I think it's really important that Mendy gets competition from a fullback who can bomb up and down, who has the cross delivering ability. That just improves Mendy more. It improves Mendy mentally as well. Like, look at what has happened to Kyle Walker. He has really risen his game this season after Cancelo has come. Yes, he might have had a few lapses in concentration, but he has really risen his game. He has become more stronger, more faster. If you ask me, people say, I mean, Man United fans say Aaron Wan-Bissaka is the best fullback defensively, and Liverpool fans say TAA is the best fullback offensively. But I would say here, Kyle Walker is the best balanced fullback. His attacks, his penetrating runs are very good. They're out of this world. The way Kyle Walker goes in and penetrates infield, creating that space width outside for De Bruyne to go into or Mahrez to go into, it's just out of this world. And then defensively, he's just strong, he's just physical. Maybe he might not be as strong in the tackle, but his pace, his power, and all is just exceptional. For me, he's the best fullback in the league if you wish to think in terms of balancing it offensively and defensively. I think he's the best for me. He's the best fullback in the Premier League right now, and he'll be in the top five in Europe for sure. Whatever other club fans say, TA has those many assists, or Van Bissaka has been so good defensively as a shield. I don't care actually. I don't care. Kyle Walker is one of the best. He's the best in the league. I think number one in terms of power and bombing forward and everything. So I think yes, as we were discussing, Nathan Ake solves two positions at once, and if it's a really counter-attacking team, Guardiola could always play him as the second centre back because he has exceptional recovery pace. Recovery pace is something City's centre backs have always been lacking. I think that's always been lacking this season. That's what has been exploited. You see, Otamendi no recovery pace. People say Otamendi is not a good defender, he's bad, his years are gone. You put Otamendi in with a physical striker, he is one of the best out there. You put Otamendi with someone like an Andy Carroll or someone like a Christian Benteke, he's one of the best. He'll be in the top three or four centre backs who can defend physically well. He can even defend Zlatan physically well, that's the extent. But he doesn't have pace, and his positional players suffered. When you don't have pace, you're relying too much on the position you're holding, your reading of the game, and I think that has dwindled as age has gone by for Otamendi. But still, in physical battles, he's the best. That's why we call him the general or something. He's the best. But teams have smartly, if you've seen all the matches, no team has put in a physical striker with Otamendi. They've always put in fast strikers against City centre backs. Why is this? No, teams know that with a physical striker, City will just clean you up. City will just take you to the cleaners. You'll be left with nothing. You'll be embarrassed like hell. So always fast strikers. Norwich, what happened? Fast strikers. Timo Pukki, Todd Cantwell, everyone fast people. Bundia, all fast people. Man United, they literally, everyone literally knew before the starting of the match, a week before the starting of the match as well, United will have fast people and hit City on the break. Who we had? Otamendi on Stones. Nothing. They turned us inside out. So it's apparent that Otamendi, I think he leaves the club. I think he will go this season because teams know that they only have to put fast strikers in order to get something out of City, and then Otamendi is not fit for the type of gameplay which teams are playing against City right now in the Premier League. And other interesting one here is, let's discuss about John Stones. Type your opinion in the comments about John Stones. What do you think? Should John Stones be given another chance? Because he's just coming into his prime years. I would say he's 26 now, maybe 1 or 2 years and he'll be in his prime. Should we give him another chance because he's excellent on the ball? Or what do we do with him? Because it's been 3-4 years, I think, since he has come to the club. And I think there were glimpses in the last season when he looked really good. But then injuries and all other factors played a part. I think when I personally look at John Stones, I think the person himself doesn't believe in him. When you lack that belief in yourself, I think it's really difficult. That too, especially as a defender. Especially as a defender in a Guardiola team where even in your best of dreams, you only face one-on-one defenders. You face one-on-one situations against very fast strikers. So when you don't have confidence in yourself, I think it's impossible to defend in Guardiola team. And as a person, John Stones didn't have that belief in himself. He committed a mistake in matches. You see, he commits a mistake and then he's lost. He thinks that's it, gone. I've wasted a valuable opportunity to prove something. Guardiola once said this very interesting thing when asked about Mahrez when he was just settling down in City. He came just then to City and he was settling down. One of the interviewer asked, Riyad Mahrez is not playing very well. So what do you think? What do you think has gone wrong with him? So Guardiola said his attitude is top class. Whenever he loses the ball, he attempts a dribble, he tries to run at the opposition defenders, and whenever he loses the ball, he asks for the ball again and again. He is not embarrassed or he doesn't lose confidence that he'll try it again and he'll fail. Even if he'll fail again, he'll ask again and he'll try dribbling the defender. I think Guardiola respects and appreciates such a kind of attitude. And John Stones was lacking in that a lot, especially last year and before last year. I mean, he does a mistake, he's lost in the game. I think the biggest quality a defender should have is when you do a mistake, how strong are you mentally? Even after you do a mistake, can you go and defend? Can you go and tell yourself, yes, I've done a mistake. Next time, let me see, I'll try it again, and this time I will not commit that error. I'll make sure that I'll be at the top of my game. It doesn't matter even if I fail and if I look like a fool. I will go and try it again and again. Does John Stones have that attitude in him? I don't think that is the case. And that is why Guardiola doesn't quite trust him. You know, the same thing happened with Mangala. Guardiola was well prepared to take the gamble with Mangala and give him the chances because Mangala was a strong centre back, he was strong in the air and all. Maybe he lost the ball. But whenever Mangala, and he was trying very hard in the training also, Guardiola stuck with him. But you know, when did Guardiola leave Mangala? When Mangala himself lost that belief in him. I think it was in a Carabao Cup match. I mean, it was a while ago, long ago. I think 3 years ago or so, 3.5 years ago, when Mangala lost the ball in a Carabao Cup match. After that error, he was really afraid. He didn't want the ball. He always wanted to just pass the ball instead of looking for that killer pass up front. He just wanted to shift it to the goalkeeper, go backwards, or play the safe pass, and that's why he was like sent out. So I think Guardiola appreciates that kind of attitude in his players, if all the players, especially in his defenders. So I think John Stones is not a good fit for the club as of now. But I think even if it didn't work out well here, I mean, we all love John Stones. He is really good on the ball and all. We had some really great moments with him clearing that Liverpool, that ball off the line in the Liverpool match. That was really crucial for us to winning the title, along with that great Vincent Kompany goal. But then John Stones, I think, even if it didn't work out for him, doesn't work out for him at City, he needs to take a hard look at himself. Such a talent, such a fantastic ability on the ball. Where have I gone wrong? Why have I become weak mentally? Am I afraid to fail? Why am I afraid to fail? I think he needs to ask himself personally as well. Because whatever clubs he might go, people now will expect him to be a leader in defense. He's already 26. I mean, that's fairly young for a defender, I would say, but he'll be entering his prime in 2-3 years. He needs to develop that attitude of a warrior-like attitude. You know, Vincent Kompany, make a mistake, go and have a crunching tackle. That that's what you should do. That's what the legends do. Aguero miss an open goal against Chelsea. I think last year he missed an open goal, scored a banger, asked for the ball, demanded for the ball, and scored a banger out from 25-30 yards. And Martin Tyler was like, I still remember on the goal, Martin Tyler was like, who needs open goals when you can bang in from distance like this? Aguero would never accept the easy option. It was just wow. That's what legends do. That's what the great players do. Leaders do. They demand the ball. They ask to be put into those situations. So I think John Stones is done with the club. I mean, frankly, that's what I feel. But if you guys feel something different, please come in the comments, comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be looking at them. So apart from John Stones and the defense, I mean, what else do we have to cover? I mean, Ederson, what else do we have to talk about? What are the pressing issues? Ederson, I think he's one of the best in Europe, the Golden Glove, and he's very good at one-on-one saves. Halfway through the season, especially in the December period, I thought he was making silly mistakes. His concentration was just going off a bit. but he has like come back really well after this lockdown, and he has looked more sharper than ever. His ball delivery is like really good. I sometimes wonder why don't we play him in left back? He would really do a much better job over there, at least delivering the crosses into the box. But anyway, Jack Steffen is coming in from MLS to provide competition to Ederson. I think Jack Steffen is a very shrewd signing. He is also good at the feet. I don't think anyone can be as good at the feet with the feet as Ederson, but he is also really good. Has a good distribution. Shot stopping is really good. I'm really excited to see him how it works out for him in the Premier League. I think he would push Ederson even more and get to that level just above world class. I think Ederson right now is touching that world class level, but I think he has one or two more gears to find as well. He can, if he wants, he can improve more and more. I think he can go above that world class level as well. He has so much potential, because never has there been a goalkeeper in this in the Premier League who has had such gorgeous ability with the ball at his feet. He is the reason why teams are afraid to press City very tightly up front. So I think Jack Steffen would be a great incoming signing for us. And also I think another fullback, though Joao Cancelo played really well. I know Nathan Ake could play there, but should we be looking at another fullback as well? Whom should we looking at? I think we would not go for another fullback. It would be a versatile player, a player who would play either in central defense or left back, or a player who could play in midfield or left back. I think we'll be looking at such a player. We would not be going all out for an extensive fullback. I mean, exclusive fullback. I don't think there are many good fullback options also. I mean, left back options also available. And like Cancelo showed in the last 2 or 3 games, he could also play there well. But I would like to see how Cancelo plays against very fast wingers and how he defends, because attacking wise, we haven't seen what Cancelo can really do. He is from, I mean, at Juventus, he was really good attacking. He can dribble. I sometimes wonder he can play on the right wing as well, or on the left wing as well. He's so good. But defensively, I think we need a really good fullback who can cover up those defensive areas and really provide us good defensive cover, because that's been our problem. Zinchenko, a fast winger, and Zinchenko is done. He'll be taken to the cleaners. He'll just be thrown out. He's out of the game. And then even Fabian Delph, he did very well, yes, in that previous season, in the 2017 season where we won with 100 points. He did very well, but then teams a bit of found him out, and then they placed fast wingers against him, and he struggled basically, and that was the decline of him. Same things happened to Zinchenko. Mendy hasn't quite come into his own. It takes time coming back from injuries and all, but I think we need someone over there. Hopefully we sign Nathan Ake, or David Alaba would be a fantastic signing. It would be an addition that would signal the ultimate of intentions that we are there. We are up there to challenge for the title. And also another thing, what do you think? Why did we really lose the title to Liverpool? Was it just because of Laporte's injury? Was it defensive failings, or was there an other underlying factor in that? What was the reason? I personally think that the reason was that we were not ruthless in front of goal. Yes, you can blame the defensive failings if you want to look at the world in a certain way. If you form the opinions, then you'll be looking at it that way only. You would not be open to other perspectives. So please comment below and let me know, do you think defensive failings are the only ones due to which City lost it this season, or was there any other underlying factor to that? I think the biggest thing was the lack of ruthlessness in front of goal. Norwich scored 3 against us in a match earlier on in the season. We scored only 2. We should be, I mean, no disrespect to Norwich, We should be wiping the floor with that Norwich team, 7 or 8. We should be hitting them. So all of the teams against whom we have lost, it was because we missed a load of chances. We created 35 shots. I mean, chances against Norwich. We had almost 20 odd shots on target. And how many scores you goal? And how many goals you score? Two. And that too, one is from outside the box. That just reflects how much. Sorry for the phone. So this tells us about the amount of chances we have ruined in front of goal. We had two of the best creators in the Premier League in Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva, but still, we couldn't hit goals for fives or sixes, especially against teams like Norwich and even teams like Wolves. I know against teams like Wolves also we squandered a lot of chances. And you see, De Bruyne has the highest amount of assists. I think in the top five assists among among the Premier League players, you would see at least three or four of them are from Man City. Riyad Mahrez has 10. David Silva has more than 10. Kevin De Bruyne is of course the top. Gabriel Jesus I think has 8. I mean everybody has loads of assists. But then people are creating. But then where are we ruining the chances? I think this is a very important point, not just because, not just for this Premier League season, but even in the upcoming Champions League matches as well. If you miss a goal against Man City, if you miss a goal against Real Madrid, what will Karim Benzema do? Will Karim Benzema leave? He'll be ruthless. They will not leave. Pep Guardiola once told, when asked about Man City's chances in the Champions League, I think it was an year back or so, he said, the strikers in Champions League are ruthless, and we need to learn to convert more of the chances, convert even half chances and hit them into goals. I think he has been more true than ever in this Premier League season, and in the Champions League match we have against Real Madrid, these words hold really high esteem. We have to be really ruthless. I think that's what has cost us many times in the Champions League also. Last season against Tottenham Hotspur, what happened? Aguero scores that penalty in the first leg. I'm very sure we would have gone through. We have an away goal. We were in the lead. We could have sit back and hit Spurs on the counter. We could have dictated the tempo of the game. But no, we missed it. Son scores it. We go into the second leg in our home without an away goal. So if Tottenham score 1, we have to score 2. That's a lot of pressure. That's how we missed it. Against Monaco in Pep's first season, we panicked. We didn't finish the chances. And gone. Teams are ruthless. They don't care. They don't care that, okay, you're creating so much, you miss this chance, we'll give you another chance. No. They're very selfish, and that's how they should be. So it's really important that we take our chances. That's a big lesson I think we can take away from this Premier League season. It's not about the defensive failings, because we had the ability in us to really wipe the floor with teams. I will accept that if we don't have a good enough attack, or if we don't have good enough creators, okay, our defense has failed us, we need to tighten up. Come on, we have here Kevin De Bruyne, we have David Silva, we have Bernardo Silva, you name it. We have Rodri hooping's good long balls. You have Kyle Walker to provide creativity from the flanks. You have Edison. In which team is there a goalkeeper providing creativity? We have so many creators, then why the hell are we squandering chances? That is one thing which has really hurt me. It's not that we didn't win the Premier League title, it's that we didn't challenge the Premier League title. And you can give excuses that it might be because of injury to Laporte and all, but no, we didn't challenge. The saddest thing is we didn't challenge for the Premier League title despite having it in us, despite having all of that chance creating ability in us. I think further down the line in the next seasons and in the upcoming Champions League matches, we should really rectify that. It's okay if you have failed, it's okay if you're not done well, but it's not okay if you're not learned from the mistake, if you're not learned the lesson. So I think whoever it may be, Raheem Sterling, he is world class, but he needs to be more ruthless in front of goal. He needs to convert those chances. Yes, he has come a long way, but now he's world class and even he knows it. We expect a lot from him as City fans, and He knows that he's obliged to deliver. He's trying his best, I know, but he should be burying chances now. Aguero, he's ruthless in front of goal. Jesus needs to be burying chances. Aguero also needs to be a bit more sharper. I mean, it's important that we need to be more consistent in whatever we do. I think consistency in both the boxes. It's a game of boxes. Come on, you might have all the possession, but one snapshot in the box, it goes, and you defend well in the other box. That's done. The game is yours. That's what Chelsea did after the restart recently. We had all the possession. What did Chelsea do? Hit on the counter twice, and that's it. And they defended well in the box. What did Southampton do? We lost 1-0. I mean, it was Ederson's error, I accept, but the play in the box, they defended exceptionally well. Again, we were not ruthless. We squandered so many chances. How many shots? Almost 30 shots. The opposition defense might be really good. Don't care even if it's Inter Milan's defense, which defended against Barcelona. No defense is foolproof. It's like, and for the kind of creators we have and for the kind of attackers we have, we can easily find gaps, whatever the defense may be. It could be the best defenders in the world could be playing in the opposition defense, but for the attack we have, we should be able to find gaps, and there's no excuse for that. I hope that we don't do the same mistake in the Champions League, because repeatedly in the last 2 seasons, that's the same mistake that was going on. Guardiola knows, not good enough in both the boxes. We are nervy when it comes to defending and also in attacking. We are nervous in both the boxes. The in the big competitions, the brave are rewarded. Ajax was brave. They reached the semi-finals. We were not as ruthless, as brave. We didn't show courage. People were not wanting the ball in the boxes. That's what we need to improve on. I think that was another issue. The other pressing issue I think we need to address, that's the mental side of the game, the mentality of the players. And football matches are not just won on the field physically. All the best physical teams have not gone on to win the titles. It's more of a mental game. It's more of how much of that mentality and courage you have after you have done a mistake. That's very important. How much are you willing to ask for the ball? Are you willing to ask for the ball even though you're having a bad game at the office? Are you willing to just go through the grind? Are you willing to grind it out even though you're having a really bad day at the office? You've given away a penalty. What do? You have picked up a yellow card. You're on the verge of a red card. Still, are you willing to grind it out? I think that's the mentality that's important. That's another area I think where we need to improve on for the next season. The mental side of our game. It's been fantastic speaking to you all. It's been a very nice show. I hope you have all enjoyed it. And if you're liking the content, just like the video and also hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so that you'll get notifications. We'll be again back tomorrow with some other content related to Man City. We'll discuss other transfer stories, and also we'll look into further deep analysis of what could have been done right this season despite Laporte's injury. We'll look at all of those things. And have a nice day and see you all tomorrow. Bye.